Hi there. Thank you for joining me today. This is Leah O'Brien from Honeybee Stamping and More. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and in this video tutorial I'm going to show you this Essentials box. Julie DiMatteo, who's also a demonstrator with Stampin' Up!, made a box that she calls the Essentials box, but I kind of renamed this the Essentials for 2020, and you'll see why. I just wanted to add a couple other things in here that to me are what we need to get through 2020. So I'll open it up and show you what I have in here. So I have 4 pieces of chocolate. We always need chocolate. Some sweet cinnamon pumpkin lotion from Bath and Body Works, and then a little hand sanitizer, same fragrance, sweet cinnamon pumpkin. So let me show you how I made this. So I started with a piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I put it all back together so you could see what I did. We're going to use this piece, which I cut down to 7 by 9.5, and then that leaves you a 1.5 inch piece on the one side. You can save that, put that in your scrap pile, and then in the bottom it leaves you with another 1.5 inch by 7 inch. So this is 7 by 9.5. I cut off just a little bit off of this one and made it 1.5 by 6 5/8. This you can throw away. So the 3 pieces that we need again are 7 by 9.5, 1.5 by 6 5/8, and then another scrap for that's 4 3/4 by 5 inches. We'll start with the big piece. On the 7 inch side, we're going to score this at 1 inch and 6 inches. We're going to score the 9.5 inch side by 1 inch, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, and 8 1/2. Put that one aside. I'm going to grab the 1.5 by 6 5/8. We're only going to score on the long end, and we're going to score that at 2 3/4, 3 5/8, and 4 1/2. We'll put that aside. We'll put that aside. And then our 4 3/4 by 5 inch, we're going to score on the 4 3/4 side at 1.5, 2 3/8, and 3 1/4. We'll start with the box. So we're going to cut on each of these horizontal lines. And then we're going to notch in just these tabs here. So what I did was I cut on the right side of the score line because I'm going to be cutting that score line off when I wedge them. Okay, so we're going to flip it around, and I have a piece of designer series paper. This is from the Gilded Autumn set, and I cut this at 3 1/8 by 4 7/8, and that's going to go on the top of one of the larger flaps. These are equal in size, so you can just choose whichever one you want. And then I took my 1/2-inch round punch and just put it up just to create a little notch, and I eyeballed the center. So now we want to glue these flaps in, and we'll start with the bottom. So we will put glue on the back side of the flaps. And I usually do 2 at a time. And we're gonna line up the left side with the right corner. Just hold that to make sure it's secure. And do the same thing to both sides. And then we'll do the same thing with the other side of the box. And then we'll do the same thing with these tabs and fold those in. And there we have our box. Fits together pretty snugly. It's nice. Actually, this piece is, I didn't put enough glue to the edge, so I'm just gonna put a dot in here. Okay, so now we'll make the inserts. So we're going to grab the 4 3/4 by 5 inches, and we're just going to fold that right in half, and then take these sides and flap up. Now you don't have to adhere this down, it'll fit just fine. I just took some glue and a little squiggly on each side. Set it in there. Use my bone folder, make sure it's secure. And then the same thing with the 1 1/2 by 6 5/8. Fold on the center line, and then fold these 2 flaps back. This will go on this side, and again I just put a little bit of glue in there just to hold it in. So you'll see the lotion fits perfectly. little hand sanitizer, and I have Reese cups for this one. 2 fit perfectly. So we'll close that up and we'll decorate the top. So I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies to cut this, and the Happy Fall Y'all comes from the Banner Year stamp set, and then the pumpkins come from the Gathered Together and I stamp set, and I cut those out with the gathered leaves. So we'll adhere the sentiment to the herringbone. I guess that's herringbone, right? Go. And then I'd adhere this to the box top using dimensionals, and I just have some dimensionals left over that I cut apart the outside, waste not, want not. Sorry about that, I probably got my head in the way. And then to finish this up, we're going to use the basket weave and metallic ribbon combo. Use the basket weave to tie a little ribbon around there. As you can see, you don't really need it to keep it shut. It stays shut on its own. And then to finish it up, I'm going to add one of these acorn trinkets. These are so cute. Just thread that through there. There we go. And there's another essentials box with goodies that we all need for 2020. I hope you enjoyed watching this project. On a specific type of project, please leave me a comment below. Until then, have a wonderful day.